Good day, IOA. My name is Ellen Miller, and I'm the Executive Director of IOA, and I'm here with Sarah Clapper, IOA's President. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
You know, we have not done an update since probably March. We had early conference, and then we've really been hitting the ground running. So we wanted to update the community about a bunch of stuff that's been happening that we've been working on both at the board level and the committee level and the co-op board level. But before we start, I think there's a lot of people who may not have had the opportunity and privilege to meet you. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Sarah.
Well, my name is Sarah Clapper. I am the University Ombudsperson at Northwestern University in Chicago. And I've been an ombuds since 2012. I started at Northern Illinois University, and I was the University Ombudsperson there for 9 years before starting the program here at Northwestern. I have lived, I'm almost a lifelong Chicagoan, Chicago area person. I lived in Ohio for about 10 years, going to school and practicing law there for a few years before coming back to Illinois. And personally, I have two daughters who are adults, 20 and 23, and I have a partner who's also a fiance, but we've also been engaged for 500 years. So who knows? We just go with partner right now at this point. But that's me.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we got lots to get to. So
Yes.
let's first update the community about adding accessibility to the title of our committee.
Yeah, well, first, I do want to say that frequently with these updates, we are making big, huge announcements, but we have, as you said, hit the ground running with so many projects that this truly is an update on all of these projects and things that IOA has been working on in the past many months. So one of the main things that we have been focusing on for the past multiple years is DEIB. But in this past year, past several months, the board has voted to add an A to DEIB so that we include accessibility. And accessibility means in the disability ability space accessibility, but it also means accessibility for IOA for our people around the world who are organizational ombuds and other types of ombuds to join and have IOA be accessible to them. So we look at accessibility in multiple ways through our committee, DEIAB committee.
Great.
Also, just with that committee, please note, if you haven't seen it in any of the email announcements or on the community page, note that the DEIB committee has a new book club that they have started, and they're going to be meeting either the 8th or the 9th of August. It really depends on what time zone you're in. So we'll be sure to check the date and the time zone for you. But in the middle of August, the 8th or the 9th, and they are currently reading The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin. So a really exciting development that we're starting this book club. So it's in addition to the community gatherings that we've been doing online. And this is in addition, and it's really focusing as a book club.
Yeah, with great thanks to Laurel Gordon and the DEIAB committee for their leadership on that one. Speaking of committee name changes, we've also got a name change happening in finance.
Yes. So if you are looking for Wayne Marriott and the Finance Committee, now you need to look for the Sponsorship and Financial Advisory Committee, because really that committee works not only on financial matters, but they're also expanding their view to look at sponsorship and other issues that are all related to the functioning of IOA.
Yeah, it's a great development. Sponsorship last year, it used to be that our conference committee took the lead on sponsorship, but our packages applied to all IOA activities, and really the sponsorship is to IOA, not to the conference. So it didn't make sense to ask the conference committee to take that on. So instead, we're handling it over at SFAC now. So exciting. And we're also working with we're in the process of interviewing for a new financial advisor, right?
Yes, so we are looking for, and we've just put out an RFP for a new financial advisor who's also a fiduciary. So that's somebody who's dedicated to the well-being of IOA as an organization, as opposed to just advising us. And so that's really a great step forward for our organization.
Yeah, absolutely. A small working group of that committee will be interviewing some potentials in early August, so we'll report back after that. Lots also happening in the international space.
Oh my goodness. Our work in the international space has blossomed over the past year plus. The board recommitted through its strategic plan, and then effectuating this strategic plan, recommitted to the I and IOA. So, which has been a thing that we have received criticism in the past. And so we've really focused on that in the past year plus. And it's really exciting. So a lot of the international work we've been doing, we had a presence in Ottawa at a Canadian conference hosted by Brent Epperson and a whole committee of folks there. And we were participants and hosts of different panels. It was very exciting and a great opportunity. We really enjoyed being there and working with our Canadian colleagues. Also, there's an upcoming foundations course happening in Ottawa. The European community continues to thrive. They are meeting, the European mediators and ombuds group is meeting this fall. The European and Asian Pacific RACs are meeting this fall as well. Also, the International Ombudsman Exposition is meeting in Botswana this month, which is really exciting. So there's a lot going on in the international community, and IOA is a part of it. So that's wonderful.
It's wonderful. We'll be hosting a couple of panels. There's such opportunity and growth on the African continent for not just organizational ombuds, but classical ombuds as well. So it's exciting to participate in that umbrella project and have the leadership of our RAC involved as well.
Yeah.
So a couple of updates in other spaces. For those of you who've been looking, we're doing a little bit of a different pilot this year in foundations. We traditionally offer virtual foundations almost monthly, given demand and given the interest. And then we offer 2 live foundations. And this year we wanted to pilot separating audiences. So in addition to practicing ombuds or ombuds who are newly appointed to their roles, we also have a burgeoning community of people who are interested. We had historically referred to them as aspiring ombuds, but the reality is we're changing that umbrella title to be non-practicing, because what we're realizing is a lot of different people are interested in learning about the model and learning about our standards of practice and our code of ethics and how we use our model to navigate and address issues in our organizations. But not everybody who attends is a practitioner. Not everybody who attends wants to be an ombud. So we have a lot of, for example, at universities, we have a lot of heads of DEIB who have heard about ombuds. Maybe they want to do an ombuds program, and so they attend foundations. Same thing, HR director or a faculty advisor who wants to advocate for a program to be able to move over into that program, not to be collateral duty, but just to do something differently. So we've broken up the audiences this year. We had a special session just in May for those folks who are not practicing ombuds. We'll likely hold another one virtually in November. All of the other sessions since March of this year have been for practicing only. We're going to San Francisco in a few weeks for live foundations, and that will also only be practicing. We'll be in Providence, Rhode Island in October, also only for practicing. So at the end of that, we'll get feedback from both the participants and the instructors about, did that work better? Were we able to really delve into issues for practitioners versus issues that are interest for the non-practicing community? So we'll update you after we get some data from that pilot. Practice survey team has been working hard on the practice survey and on a report. I have been part of those conversations, and we're really looking at impacts from the data. What impacts can we show, and what kind of trends can we show that are happening in the organizational ombuds field? So look for that, I would say, early fall. And the co-op exam, well, we closed the co-op exam. We had 99 people sign up for exams, so probably a record. Now, granted, we hadn't hosted an exam for almost 2 years, so I think that was a lot of people who were in queue anyway. But we're looking and chatting with the vendor about 2 updates. One is to keep the exam open all the time, meaning it's up to you when you'd want to take the exam. And the second is how we could arrange virtual to increase the access and participation of our European community. I'm sorry, our international community. So I'll look for changes there. And then in community itself, which is IOA's new platform where we share, we have conversation. It also has a file share. We're going to start board updates over there, right, Sarah?
Absolutely. So this is great because people need to know, our membership really needs to know what's happening in the board and what's going on, what type of issues we're considering, and what decisions we've made. And so we will be starting to post updates in community. And just a quick reminder that community is different than our website. And the great thing is that we are able to make it searchable, and we can share files and have ongoing dialogue, conversations happening. So we're really encouraging everybody to sign up for community and to keep checking in regularly and have updates sent to your email so that you can see what's happening in community.
Yeah, it's getting more vibrant every day for sure. And, one of the criticisms we always received was there's a lot of resources on our website, but it's not searchable. So what we've done is migrated everything or in the process of migrating still more over to community, mainly so that you can search for it. So, and we're doing a better job of meta tagging as well. September symposium, everybody's coming up around the corner, and with great thanks to our conference committee that's planning both September symposium and conference for this year. It will be on September 25th and 26th. The theme is organization as visitor. So all of the issues you need to pay attention to, not about the visitor, your day-to-day interactions with visitors, but how you navigate issues with your decision makers, how you provide upward feedback, trend analysis, patterns and trends, what you figure out your categorizing, and all of that really important part of the work. So I hope to see many of you there. I think that's it. That's a lot.
I think one last thing is the professionalization task force has been working hard. Alicia Booker, our former president, or immediate past president, is the correct terminology, but she is finalizing job descriptions for different levels of individuals who work in ombuds offices, so, and the different titles. And so that can really be a guide for people who are structuring their offices, restructuring their offices, or creating new positions. Also, for your own career trajectory, are there different ways to describe what you do that can help you elevate your status within your organization? So stay tuned. It's coming this fall. So thank you.
Lots in the hopper for sure. We will probably come back and update more in November or early December. But in the meantime, it's always lovely working with you and seeing you. And IOA community, if you have any questions, my door's open, Sarah's door's open. Our IOA Ombuds team is available to talk with you about any questions or concerns you may have about IOA or any issues happening in your home organization. So be sure to reach out and utilize that member benefit. Take care, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.